Hi. Hey, y'all. Hopefully I'm not too late. I'm going to give it 1 second when we have some friends hop on. I need some friends to tell me that my service is good so that we can push forward with this. Hey, Nicole. Good deal. Y'all let me know how my service is before I go forward. Hey, Nikki. I'm in my office and I don't usually do my lives in here because service can be a little sketchy. So I want to make sure before I dive in too deep that we're good with this, okay? So y'all let me know. Hi, Farron. Hey, Melissa. Hi, Paige. Hey, Avery. Hi, Holly. Hey, y'all. Okay, let's do this. Happy Sunday night. Happy Sunday night. We just got home. We went an hour and a half north to visit my parents today, and we got home a little while ago, got the kids in bed. I finally got a glass of wine, and I'm winding down, getting ready for the week. So I've enjoyed this opportunity event. I hope that y'all have. I'm going to introduce myself and give you a little bit of my story if you're up for it. So, okay, cool. Nicole says that my service is good. Good deal. Let's do this. It's been a little bit since I've done a live telling my story, so hopefully this will be smooth and painless. My name is Jenny Evans. I am a Star Platinum Director here with Lime Life by Alcom. I've been with Lime Life for 4 years, but my story started long before then. My story started long before I realized that it was my story. So I am a teacher by trade. I got my teaching degree. I wanted to teach middle school social studies, history. I live in Louisiana, and that was it. We lived kind of in the middle of nowhere in a really small Texas town at the time, and I married my high school sweetheart. We've been together this year for 15 years, and so I got my teaching degree, and I had my first little boy halfway through that first year of teaching. So listen, it took me a long time to get pregnant, not near as long as some people wait for that precious gift, but for me it was about 4 years. And by the time we finally got pregnant with Eli, I had always known how much I wanted to be home with him, but by the time he finally got here, I was so over not being a mom, and I just wanted to spend every minute with him. I was obsessed with him. I had him during the Christmas break, basically. I had him on December 26th of that first year of teaching. And, I took the longest break that I could. It says that I have low network connection, so I will go move the rooms if I need to. I'm going to give it 1 second and hope that it comes back. Bear with me, y'all. Bear with me. Hopefully in the replay it'll chop this part out. Okay. I'm so sorry. Are we back? Are we good? Okay, so I took the longest maternity leave that I could, and I still vividly remember, and get this, I was very happy teaching. I loved my job as a teacher. I was actually teaching second grade, not middle school, but I loved my job as a teacher. But I so vividly can close my eyes and remember that day that I went back to work after my maternity leave. And I only had like 2 months left before we were out for summer. But I was racking my brain. My heart was broken. I was looking in my bedroom. I was in my bathroom getting dressed. I was looking in my bedroom at Eli, sleeping with my husband in the bed, and just my heart was breaking as I was getting dressed. I'm going to try so hard not to cry right now. But as I was getting dressed so that I could leave to go to work. And I was just racking my brain. What can I do? What can I do? What can I do? How can I make money from home? And throwing around all these ideas. And even as I got to work, I wasn't productive because I was like Googling work from home jobs and like just trying to think of ways. I was just distracted. My heart wasn't there. My heart was at home, and I had to find a way to do that. So talking to my husband, by the time the end of that school year rolled around, just 2 months later, I made it. We survived. But I told him, I can't go back to work. I want to raise my kids. I want to be a stay-at-home mom. This is my purpose in life, and I can't function outside of that purpose. I can't be the happiest person that I can be. So I did. I became a stay-at-home mom, and then I lost everything. No, not really. But seriously, where are my stay-at-home moms at? I lost my identity. I didn't have many friends going into this anyways. Most of my friends we lived far apart. We had families, I didn't have the big group of girlfriends anyways. So I kind of lost my identity. I obviously lost my income. My husband worked away 2 weeks out of the month. 2 weeks out of the month, he worked away on a rig in the oil field. So I was a little lost for a minute, and then I stumbled upon direct sales. It was not intentional, and it was so funny how it happened. Like, I'm praying, I'm trying to figure out how can I, low network connection again, I'm trying to figure out how can I make this work, how can I make money from home, I want to contribute, I'm here, like I need to find that purpose. Well, I bought into a company just because of the kit, and it was a makeup company. So I bought the company. Instead of buying one product, the kit, it was a good deal, and so I went ahead and bought the kit with the other products in it. So here I am with this company, and I had no intention of working it because I had no idea that you could make money from direct sales. No freaking idea did I know. 3 or 4 months into being with that company, I happened to catch a glimpse of a paycheck from my upline leader. And I was thrown into this group. It was just like kind of came across my newsfeed because I was in that group, and I saw her paycheck, and here I am at home alone for 2 weeks out of the month. That's 6 months out of the year. I told my husband, I did not marry you so that I could live alone. Like, I want you home. So I'm home 2 weeks out of the month. I already wear makeup, have a cell phone, and I'm like, why am I not if anybody can do this, why am I not giving this a try? So I go for it. And I'm an introvert. I have literally less than 500 Facebook friends, no in-person friends. Did I already say I hardly knew how to do makeup? Like, very little did I know about makeup. And to top it off, like, I'm a super big Tom girl, like, I'm not this social media personality that's going to be able to go live and do her makeup and just capture the whole world and go viral, and that wasn't me. But I was hungry. I was hungry to change where we were at the time. I was hungry to bring my husband home, or at least at this time, that wasn't even in my mind. At this time, I wanted to contribute to our bills. I wanted to pay my car note. I wanted to help pay for groceries. We travel a lot more now, and that's part of the reason I love doing what I do. But at the time, we took a yearly summer vacation to the beach. We went to the same place every year, and I look forward to it all year long, literally. I still do. But I had gotten, at this point, I had been a stay-at-home mom for a little while. I was feeling, that pressure, that like guilt, that mom guilt of, I'm not contributing financially. I couldn't even buy myself a pair of socks without feeling guilty. Like, my child probably needs something, and here I am spending money on me for socks. So I was so hungry to help provide financially for my family in some kind of way. So I went for it. I dove in. I was coachable. I watched people. I figured out what worked for me, what didn't work for me. I made a lot of errors along the way, but I worked myself one stop from the top of that company within a year and a half. That first summer, whenever I got to pay for our vacation, I was over the moon empowered. Like, this is why I'm so passionate about empowering women. I was not, my husband is great. He builds me up. He builds my confidence. He supports me. He loves me for who I am. He never at any point made me feel less than. I did that to myself. But I was still so disempowered, and I had no idea. I still lacked confidence. I still lacked friendships. I still lacked a purpose outside of being a mom and wife, and I had no idea. So I dive into building this business, and all of a sudden I'm surrounded by women I love. I'm surrounded by people building me up. I'm building this income on my own. I'm taking my family on our beach summer vacation, and I'm paying for it, and it felt so dang good. It was like I was bit by the bug. I was like, if I can do this in a year and a half, how far can I take this if I continue? And at that point, the sky was the limit. I shifted gears from I want to pay my car note and one summer vacation to I'm going to retire my husband from the stupid oil field that takes him from me 2 weeks out of the month. So at this point, Eli is a year and a half, 2 years, and he's like crying as Cody's leaving, going to work. He's, where's my dad? He's waking up from naps, still looking for him. I remember making this specific post. He would literally open closet doors at this time looking for his dad. Talk about break your heart. My heart was broken. And I knew that I had the power and this golden nugget that not enough women know about still, to completely change our lives, and I could do that while I was helping other people change theirs, while I was helping other people find their purpose that they probably didn't even know they were missing too. So a year and a half into that journey though, I realized that company was not the company for me. I had learned more about makeup, quality, branding, compensation plans, and I got to a space where time after time we had product launches, and I felt let down, to be honest. I just felt like the company was letting me down, and I could only shove so much of that disappointment in my back pocket before it was finally like, you need to deal with this. You need to figure out if you're going to, take this path that might be easier and more comfortable because you have friends here, you have support here, you have a team here of 300, you're one stop from the top, or are you going to start over and ruffle feathers and, completely start over with your team? Like, our income at that point in my career, in my previous company, I was matching my teacher check, my teacher paycheck. And that made me feel good. It made me feel like I was really contributing. And making that decision to leave that company to join Lime Life was tough, but I will tell you, I had an extreme peace over it. It was something that I was scared of failing. I really was. But at the same time, I had this calmness and this security that there was no doubt in my mind that Lime Life was where I was supposed to be. And starting over didn't scare me. Even if it took me longer to build, I knew that I could make it. I had done it once. I could do it again. And this time I could do it with a company that I was going into it knowing the ins and outs, knowing that this was a company I could stand behind. And I jumped headfirst into Lime Life by Alcone. At the time we were Limelight by Alcone. I've been here for 3.5 years now. It was June 16 whenever I left that company for Lime Life. And it has been the most amazing flipping experience that I've ever had. My previous company just didn't have anything on Lime Life. And we are such like a baby company compared to that company and so many other network marketing companies, which is only a benefit for those considering joining because we are so unsaturated, especially in Canada. So we did it. Like I dove in and I told my husband, because this time I was working for him to come home. I was trying so hard to build this income that could match him where he was so that he would come home. And, when I called him to tell him it was the first time that I'd spoke those words out loud, even though I had thought them to myself. It was the first time that I out loud said, I don't think I can be here anymore. These products are not living up to what I need them to be for my customers. I think I'm leaving. And there was a long pause. At this time, he was away working for 2 weeks. He was, thinking in his head, we're building this income. He's about to come home. He had finally come around to this idea that he was going to, leave that job that he had worked at for 10 years and start in something here at home. And I'm sure he had some choice words to say to his coworkers at the time. But I told myself, and I do love some pressure, but I told myself, I'm going to rebuild back to this income that I left that company with within 6 months. That was my goal. 6 months, I'm going to rebuild to this income. It took me a year and a half to do it there. I know what I'm doing now. I know this product quality is better. I know this compensation plan is better. Within 6 months, I can get there. Y'all, within a month and a half, I had matched that previous income within a month and a half. By the time I ended that second full month, I think that it was double what it was in my previous company. So this became a movement. It was a movement for no more standing behind products that you don't believe in. No more, building a business behind a direct sales company that knows that their product quality is not where it's supposed to be. No more. And so I was proud. I had this huge pride to be able to offer these products that I believed in with my whole heart, not to mention we have a 30-day money-back guarantee. So I was promoting, we were building within, I said within 2 months I matched that previous income. Within 5 months we hit the top of the company. We became a senior director team here with Lime Life by Alcone. And whirlwind. It has just been incredible ever since. I wish that I would have written this down, because it was like 1 year into this company, or 5 months into this company, we hit the top. 1 year into this company, we hit a bonus level, which at the time only 2 or 3 other people had hit. About a year and a half into this company, I was making 20 times what I made as a school teacher. At this time, I'm making about 30 to 40 times what I made as a school teacher. Is that not crazy? Like 30 to 40 times what I made as a school teacher a year. I make more in a month than I made as a school teacher in a year. That's insane. Number one, we need to pay our teachers more. But number two, I'm doing this from home. I'm providing for my family from home. Okay, let me back up. I'm getting ahead of myself. So 5 months in, we hit the top of the company. A year in, we hit the bonus level that just a few other teams had hit. And then about a year and a half in, I officially was able to retire my husband, and we had our second little boy. So the day that we went to the hospital to have him, that was it. My husband never went back to work. He came home. Well, it was a few days before then, but he came home. He put up his bag, and I say he hung up his hard hat, and he has not left to go work on the rig. He's here. He helps me with the boys while I work. He takes them to school and I pick them up. He helps me with dinner. He helps me clean the house, like he's mowing the grass. And he has stuff that he does. He has side jobs that he does. He hunts a lot. That's his passion. His time is filled, but it is filled with things that he loves. And coming from, we've been together since we were 17, and he has taken care of me since. I mean, by choice. I have parents that I love dearly, and I would probably still be living with them if I hadn't have met him. I love them probably too much. But we moved in together at 19. He helped pay for my college. He supported me while, my hair is funky tonight. He supported me while I didn't work, while I was in college. He supported me, in my decision to stay home and be a stay-at-home mom. He's just always been there for me and always been such a provider. Meanwhile, he was missing out on half of our life. He literally missed out on half of my oldest son's life until he was 4 years old. I got to see 4 years of Eli growing, and Cody had 2. And if the least that I can do is post a selfie on Facebook and help build a team and lead and show other women how they can empower themselves through an opportunity like this, if that's what I can do to build a substantial income that allows us to travel the world and raise our boys together at home while we live life doing the things that we love, I'm in. And this is the reason that I will never stop talking about this opportunity. I cannot imagine where I would be. I do know where I'd be. I'd be a school teacher. He'd be on the rig. And we'd be okay. We had love. The money does not replace anything like that. But it is, I cannot describe the feeling when you don't have the weight of finances on your shoulder. Okay, like when you don't have to worry about getting a flat tire because you don't have the money for a spare. When you don't have to worry about one of your kids getting sick because you don't have the money for that big medical bill, or, anything like that. Anything, a ticket on the way home, like a speeding ticket, anything like that could have sent me down an anxiety spiral, because not bringing in an income when I was just a non-working stay-at-home mom, I always had that on my shoulders. And it was not him, it wasn't his intention to make me feel like that, but it's something that I always had on me. And the feeling, and I don't know what the statistic is, but I can almost guarantee that at least 75% of fights between a husband and wife, or a couple, is financial. Does anybody agree? At least 75%, probably more. And so whenever you can take the stress of that completely out of the equation, if something happened in my job right now, we would be set for at least a year. Set living the life we're living now for at least a year while we got back on our feet. you never know when something's going to happen. And just thinking back to like, had I not given it a shot, and that's why I titled this, You Miss 100% of the Shots That You Don't Take, because I never would have imagined I could do this. I'm an introvert. I'm quiet and I'm to myself, and I'm not just like this big personality that loves to be watched and loves to go live and loves all of that stuff. That's not me. But I've found a passion in this because of how it's changed my life and how I've watched this change multiple women's lives around me. And that's the second best part of my job, is getting to see this happen to other women. And now I'm completely obsessed with it. I'm obsessed, I'm addicted, call it whatever you want, but it is the absolute best addiction that you can possibly have. So don't count yourself out so quick. Don't think that you don't look like a certain person, you don't have the personality of a certain person, you don't have the makeup skills, you don't have the time even. I don't care. Any of those excuses, I don't care. Don't count yourself out. Bet on yourself. Be willing to go to bat for you, for your family, and for the future that y'all deserve. Because I'm telling you, there is more to life than a 9-to-5 job or working away 2 weeks out of the month. There's more to it. Our life is short, and this world is big that God gave us. And I plan on showing my boys all of it. I want to show them every single beach on this planet before our time is up. And so if I need to spend my time empowering women to do that, I'm here for it. Like, I'm here for it. And the best part about that is there is so much room at the top still, especially at this company, that if it's something that you think that you might enjoy or something you need, okay? Because I needed this. When I first got into this, I didn't think, oh, that seems fun. I thought, oh, I could make money at that. I need that. So whether it's something you think you might enjoy or something that you think you could do to make money, give it a shot. Give it a shot, go for it. And now is the best time to hop in because we have some crazy momentum. We're actually shooting at this point for Senior Platinum Director, which is, nobody's hit it yet. It's the highest in the company. And I am so thankful to have all of these beautiful women here alongside me pushing for so many great things this month. So thank y'all for watching. Thanks for listening to my story. Hopefully I didn't bore y'all. I hope y'all have a great Sunday evening. If you have any questions, please reach out to the beauty guide that invited you to this event, and they would be happy to help you with anything you have. All right? Y'all have a great evening. Go love on your babies or your husband or your dog, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.